All right, guys, what's going on? What's good? What's good? What it do, man? All right, I think we got everything up now. What's good, chat? Almost 30 people right off the bat. Let's go. Let's go. What's good, Monkey, Felix, Nikki, 2020, George, Nicole, Big James, Capitalist, Naruto, Alex C, Hermita, G, Lucas, Vadu, George, Eli, Maximiliano, Eberneth, Elevator Music for a Change, Crispy J, what's going on? Hey, it's relaxing, man. It's relaxing. When you got some money on the line, bro, it's like, all right, man, I need to help relax a little bit. And I'm sort of kicking myself in the ass here because I went break even too early, and now I missed it. So you gotta love that. You gotta love that. But it's fine. It's fine. I am short on a SPY. On SPY. Chicken options contract over there. I want to tell you why. Why SPY? What I saw with my eyes. Bars. Mixtape dropping soon. But yes, gold is at all-time highs. Who said that? Someone said that a minute ago. Yeah, Lucas, gold is at all-time highs, my friend. And of course, this is gonna pain me to. Look, when you fucking miss out on like real money, bro, it's annoying. Okay, it's very annoying. Well, let's check out silver first because I have physical silver. I don't have physical gold. But yeah, silver said, "Screw the equal lows. I'm gonna leave that open, but I am gonna rally." Very nice. I'll take it. And yes, gold. At least I don't know why I've always watched the Oanda one, I guess, but we tapped into all-time highs. So rest in peace, anybody who's been trying to short. Rest in peace. So we basically got our seasonal move a month after we were supposed to. So that's fine. That's fine. So I hope that old lady's doing well. It was like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, we were looking at like cards or some shit, and then we got to talking, and of course I always bring up, that I'm a trader, streamer, entrepreneur, all that shit. And then it was right around the time for buying gold, and I was like, yeah, I gave her financial advice, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, yeah, just buy gold like every October and November. Every October and November, just buy gold. She's like, oh, okay, I'll go tell my husband. In hindsight, that wasn't bad fucking advice at all. That was right in here. So November is there. She's probably in drawdown for a couple years on that. And then there's October, November. September, October, November. So yeah, if her and her husband were accumulating, they're fucking rich now. I had to hire a private investigator, go find that lady and demand my cut. Be like, hey, I was your financial advisor. Now you're fucking balling. So where's the money? Where's my fee? Where's my consulting fee? So that's cool, but I don't know what to do about that. I still wouldn't short. I'm hoping that silver kind of maybe catches up. I don't know about all-time highs, but I do hope it catches up to a degree. I guess we'll know in due time, my friends. We'll know in due time. But yeah, that's that. Speaking of equal lows, we also have equal lows on the euro, which I think one of you pointed out yesterday, which we unfortunately did not get to. We did trade lower, and then we stopped just short of that, and then hit the ripstick higher. So with NFP coming pretty soon, I am pretty sure if we see high volatility, we might be able to smack into that. So I'm not saying to trade it. I'm not saying to trade NFP, but I think if we get a high volatility injection, that's easily got to be on the table. If all week has been higher or sideways / higher, anybody who is currently long is killing it. So NFP is going to come kill them. You know what I mean? It's a kill or be killed kind of trading environment. Know what I'm saying? What's good, Crispy J? What's good, Miri? And Stephanie. She'd be fine. Yeah. So with that, dollar trading lower and finally has given a direction, right? I mentioned this yesterday in the market review, how we don't have really anything clear on the dollar, right? It's just been generally sideways, and then we finally got that movement either lower or higher. I had no idea. I mean, I didn't know if it was bullish or bearish. If anything, I think I wanted higher pricing back in here, and we got it a little bit, and then we have obviously given all that back, so that's fine. With the dollar making its move today, actually, yeah, this is a very volatile day for the dollar, given if it closes down here. A pretty significant down day in the last few weeks or so. That can also push stocks higher. Oh, Intel up 5%. What the fuck is that? Let's go over to SPY. These are my thoughts on SPY. Okay, this is why I'm short. I mean, I didn't short a lot. I didn't put the farm on it like I told Lucas to do a couple weeks ago or a couple of days ago, and that was like a killer, right? Was that Lucas or was that somebody else? No, that was Dennis. I remember. Remember we told Dennis put the farm on it at the lows and then it boomed higher? I'm not doing that here. But why am I short? Because the lows, I think I pointed out in the market review yesterday, at least for ES, that was not taken on SPY. So if this week, especially Wednesday, it's like midweek, if we're gonna build liquidity, it's been built. And it's below the market price, below the current market price, 504.75. So I have 504 puts, which means if this goes lower below 504, I will probably give a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? We have an imbalance up here, or a gap rather. So we saw a potential distribution here. We left that gap on the way lower. We stopped just short of that liquidity, the same thing that Euro did. And we traded higher into that gap. So I'm wondering, okay, I might want to be bearish in here. So hence, or henceforth, the idea of shorting Dow Jones. It's just that Dow Jones traded into that during lunch. And I said, okay, well, I'll trade that, but I'm not going to be patient with it because it's lunch. And then we start to trade lower near the end of lunch. I said, okay, cool. I'll go break even. I got knocked out. And then now we're making the move that I wanted to see. So welcome to day trading or swing trading. So that's been my day. But yeah, I'm short on SPY. And I'll probably hold through the rest of this week. So the risk is managed. You know, it's not a gamble entirely. You know, it's not like I'm shorting the future side and then just holding through NFP like with no stop loss or nothing. You know, so options are predefined risk when you go into them. So it's the risk is defined, if that makes sense. Oh, that's what I meant to say. Well, it's already on the screen. You see it. At first, I would say for, I guess, an easier downside objective, because SPY is going to have to go all the way through everything to get down here. Right? So it's going to have to go through any imbalances here, through this low, through this gap, and then to the liquidity. So it does have a lot to reach for. It's got to get through a lot of shit to get there. Okay? A little bit easier objective, in my opinion, is the Dow and what you see on your screen, where we just have lows and higher lows and higher lows and higher lows, a lot of them. So we have our equities open high, right? A little bit of volatility there, and then we just barely creep above that at 1050, and then we immediately trade lower. So we completely just give that up. And again, with that formation of the imbalance, you have a down candle here as well. That to me is just the mitigation model. High probability target, run on liquidity, imbalance within a mitigation. It's just the only thing that I didn't like is that this triggered during lunch. So I decided to take it anyway, but we spent a lot of time there, right? I don't like that. So to me, the more time we spend there, the less likely it is to hold. So as soon as we started going lower, where I think it was right here, like that lack of wick, as soon as we traded into that, I'm like, all right, screw that, I'm break even. But yeah, again, the whole point of me telling you this is I think the trend line liquidity is a little bit of an easier target, and Dow is our weakest index today. Okay. What's good, Sean? Good evening to you as well. What's good, Kesha? S&P had a good setup today. Yeah, probably. S&P longs at 9.40 or at 9.40. Price 510. Would that have been a good setup? Well, George, post it in the Discord, and I'll take a look at it later. I don't even think I looked at the Discord yesterday, but I'll look at it today. But I will definitely take a look at it. So yeah, that's where we're at. If you actually look in here as well, this is what I was watching during lunch, and I've got my iPad over here too. When we were in here, if you line the highs together, they're not the same. Okay, here's 1130 for the S&P. Here's 1130 for the Nasdaq. I just marked up this imbalance that might be an inversion. I'm just watching it, but I wouldn't want to see that get traded through. But anyway, 1130 makes the high for Nasdaq. 1130 makes the high for S&P. 1130, the Dow is lower here. So to me, that was like, okay, this is definitely our weakest index. If the indices are going to trade lower, Dow's probably going to be the leader to the downside. And then of course we leave behind like these small time frame low resistant highs as well. So yeah, it's probably not the greatest price action there. I think if I was short, I wouldn't want to see us trade above this imbalance. That would probably not be good. So that is where I'm at, my friends. Great question, G. How do you navigate between SPY, ES, electronic trading hours, and ES regular trading hours? Which one, for example, you trust the most? Well, I trust the future side, my friend. ES. The E-mini S&P price action, I trust instead of the micros. Now, there have been times, and if you've been here for years, you've seen this before, we'll actually get a divergence between the two, where micro, let's say, runs a high or runs a low, and ES doesn't. And you know, I've even admitted in the past, I'm like, I don't understand that. They are technically different assets. I mean, one's E-mini, one's micro. Like, I get that, but the fact that one of them runs a higher low and the other doesn't, that to me is a little strange. But I guess if I had to pick one to trust, it would be ES. Okay. Let's do this. So if we're looking at SPY, okay, and because I'm pretty sure the ES side for the regular trading hours ran these, or if not, I think Nasdaq did. See, the Nasdaq did. So that could be problematic as well for this idea, for this gap to be I guess, traded into for the buy side delivery and then to trade below those lows. I like the idea for SPY shorts, and if ES gives an opportunity to short, we could see that. But again, you know, and this was in the market review yesterday, if we swap between electronic trading hours and regular trading hours, this is what we have, where Tuesday's regular trading hours did take those lows here. SPY did not, right? SPY didn't. So if you're in doubt, okay, like say you're looking at this going, all right, well, I looked at both and they don't really, you know, have the same thing. When in doubt, just stay out, my friend. When in doubt, stay out. Because even myself, if I'm looking at it and I'm going, yeah, well, I think SPY could run that, then I might trade SPY, which is what I've done, but not like a 2% risk. I risk less than 2% on a short. So, you know, this is where we're at. Because even, let me see. Because this is what Dow looks like on a 1 hour. This looks horrible. Right? There's really no lows to be attacked the same way that ES has. Right? If anything, we have a gap that it could reach for as well. So this still could trade higher. That's the risk you take, my friends. When you put a trade on, right, you have an idea of what you think could happen, but at a certain point, you know, you could be wrong. On a 5-minute time frame, again, like if we back up to this, okay, this to me doesn't look bad if you look at it. This morning's lows down here, right? So anyone who bought at opening bell or bought the retracement here and has, you know, held it through this morning through lunch, I'm thinking, okay, well, if they're long, their stops are probably going to be down here. This high ran twice. That imbalance is here. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that could be a low risk short to go lower, right? So like an entry at the imbalance, stop at that high, and being able to target these lows or maybe a little bit below that, depending on, you know, what's your, you know, risk reward and all that good shit. So 1 to 3 is like right there. So that's not bad to me. Now that's just the 5-minute. If we wanted to fine tune that, which I'm sure we probably could. That looks not very fun. I couldn't even tell you. I'm pretty sure the futures had probably something in here that is a little bit more suitable for an entry, but if anything, we'll just extend that as that 5-minute imbalance. But anyway, the point is your risk is defined, right? From an imbalance to a fractal high. Okay, like that's what I'm willing to risk on a short, looking for lower pricing. So if it doesn't do that, then I might be wrong. And that's why I said a few minutes ago, if I was still short from up here, because that's what I took today, basically. If I was short now, this is what I would be watching. This imbalance right here. I'd say, okay, well, you know, market can retrace. It's going to have natural ebb and flow. It's fine. Order flow, price delivery, whatever. It's got to do its thing. We trade lower, bet. We're on the way to the lows. Okay, we're in this imbalance now. If I was short, I would not want to see us trade through that and then back to this, whatever that entry price is, 38,812 or 88,13, something like that. So I'd say, okay, this to me would need to start trading lower. And if it doesn't, I'm wrong, and this is going to trade higher. And may end up running for this gap up here. And I don't want to hold on to that. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by like that predefined risk. Small risk, large potential reward. It's not always, you know, just going to be, oh yeah, we hit the 1 to 3. Doesn't have to do that. You know, it has to do a lot in order to get there. It has to trade through the imbalances, through the lows, and then down to the liquidity here. But again, I'm not short on Dow anymore. So this could do whatever it wants to do. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, G. Is that gray zone for sells? Well, I mean, there's a lot of gray on here, but whenever I mark an imbalance, it's going to be with the gray box. That's just how I do it. I made this one red because I was trying to make the point of I want to see this imbalance be bearish. Like if you go to, if you're in the Discord, and sometimes you'll see this because I'll mark up like a premium imbalance to like to show you that, hey, this is an imbalance on the premium end of the range, and I'm trying to make that point of premium imbalance or whatever. Like, and sometimes you'll see green. Like if there was one in here that we were looking for buys and it was, let's say in a discount, you know, we can mark up like a green one to signify that it's a discount imbalance. But majority of the time they're just going to be gray. I just happen to color them if I want to portray the logic to you of where those imbalances are located based on the range, which is just a simple, like, let's say that's our target, that's our high, there's your fair value level. Where's this imbalance at? It's above that, so that's a premium imbalance. This one is kind of at that level, so I wouldn't really put that at a discount or a premium because it's like right there. And I guess it's more in the premium end, but it's right around that 50%, so that's kind of rough. But yeah, otherwise gray is going to be an imbalance, orange is going to be mitigation, the pink lines are going to be liquidity, same with the eyeball, right? Like you would usually see something like that on my chart, like that, to represent liquidity. That's what I think the market would trade, you know, to, right? And I think that's about, the purple is going to be inversions, which this one obviously has not been, but normally like an inverted imbalance, you would see something like that. So there is that, my friend. They always say teach people to fish instead of giving them fish. Would you still give them the fish if they don't want to save themselves under any circumstances if these people are close to you? Lucas, I feel like that's an oddly specific question. I feel like that's a very oddly specific question. Let me think about that for a minute. Lucas, I think it's a great question, but I think there needs to be a little bit more context to what you're talking about. Are we talking about trading? Are we talking about finance? Are we talking about business, personal development? Like what exactly are we talking about here? But I will, if I were to give you a blanket statement in regard to helping people out, teaching people skill sets, whatever, it comes back to Epictetus and the dichotomy of control. Our chief task in life, according to Epictetus, is that everything can be separated into two categories. One side, everything that we control, and then everything else, everything that we don't control, the weather, other people's actions, other people's opinion, pretty much 99% of everything. So if you understand that, and I mean truly understand that, you're going to realize you can buy a person a book. They don't read it. You tell people about, let's say, this channel. They don't watch it. Right? I give you guys book of the month. You don't fucking read it. Because I don't control whether you read the book or not. I just control telling you what I think you should read. So I'm not exactly sure what it is that you're referring to, but I would say that you cannot help people that do not want to be helped. You know? Some fat people want to lose weight. And then you tell them, okay, well, you got to drink more water. You got to stop going to McDonald's. You know, you got to get out the house and walk around and be active and, you know, portion size and all that shit. And they have to do that. Dude, this is a motherfucker, man. Like, excuse my language, but bro, I fucking missed out on this, bro. That's some epic bullshit. That is some epic bullshit, dude. Dude. No. No. Ugh, chat. I missed it. I missed it, chat. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. I gotta go cry now. What an epic 5-minute candle, my friends. What an epic 5-minute candle. Right to those lows. I don't think it's gonna stop. Man, what a bitch. Oh, look at that spy candle as well. Let's go. Oh, I don't like how we left those highs. That's some bullshit. Anyway, let me finish this rant that I've been on. You cannot help people that do not want to be helped, okay? You can give them all the advice in the world. You can give them all the motivation in the world. They will not do anything unless they want to do it. So, you know, I've been trying to put people on to trading this entire time. You should invest. You should learn to trade. You should learn to stream. You should learn to be in entrepreneurship. You should leave the matrix. You should fire your boss. You should stop being a bitch. You should learn about stoicism. Learn how to control your emotions. Pause before you react. Like, bro, I can go on and on and on about things that I want people to learn. Leadership. Oh my God. I've been trying to teach people about leadership, dude. And they just don't want to listen. Why do you think I left? Why do you think I'm on YouTube and said, fuck everything else? Except back at zero. Obviously, I'm the director of education for that. But outside of that, dude, like, fuck everything else, bro. Because you guys don't listen. Not you, chat. I'm saying, like, in general, people don't listen to me. They don't care. Watch businesses fall apart. People lose ranks. People fucking die, you know, and it's just like, all right, well, fuck whatever I say then. Cool, I'm out. So hopefully that answers your question. But I don't think there's any way we just make a low here. If we make a low here and trade higher, I'm gonna jump off a bridge. We should definitely take this trend line liquidity. That wouldn't make sense to me, chat. Yeah. Sorry, guys. No Friday stream. I got to go jump off a bridge. Anyway, Lucas, I hope that answers your question. But I can expand on a different topic if you can be a little bit more specific. 18166 for Nasdaq sells. You think Nasdaq will follow bearish as well? Oh shit, Omar, I wish I would have got to that earlier, my friend. I wish I would have got to that earlier. Fuck. Oh, look at that sell-off, baby. Look at that. I don't even know what we traded into, bro. To be honest, this looks horrible to me. But oh man, I guess if we had to stretch it, we could say this was a mitigation. Ugh. Maybe. I don't know, Chad. I'll let you decide what that was. Yeah, because what was this, dude? But you see how Dow was just extra weak? See how we like moved higher almost to the high of the day on ES, almost made a new high on Nasdaq. The Dow was like, screw you, I'm already done. I'm not even near my high of the day. I'm barely even close to the high that was after the high of the day. Like, I'm just weak. And then you see this whoop-de-whoop. To be fair, I think this would be a partial though in here, because we don't have to take the trend line liquidity. I think we should. I don't think it would make sense for us to reverse here. That wouldn't make sense to me. But hey, I always say this. I could always be wrong. I could always be wrong. But you know, I came on here, I said I was bearish on indices, bearish on SPY. Gave you a downside objective for Dow Jones. You know? Haven't gotten those, John never sends out trade ideas. Never got those messages in fucking forever. Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder why, Chad. What's the dollar doing then? We're getting all this volatility on the indices. The dollar's done nothing. Huh. All right. Well, that's cool. Oh, that's great. What do we got on the daily? Yeah, that daily gap as well. Okay, perfect. All right. This looks like trash. There is your run on those lows. Huh. Wonder if we go back. You know what? This is going to take fucking forever. I'll just redraw it again. We said whatever, like, kind of bullshit ass entry in there, and then stop at that high, and then reach in for that 1 to 3, right? That's what that looks like. That's what that looks like. And this is also why that would be a partial over here. Because it took regular trading hours liquidity there. So you know what, chat? This actually might be a stop run to go higher. But yeah, your regular trading hours, that low was taken. So yeah, we might not actually end up going for all that. But anyways, let me catch up on the chat. Do you recommend trading futures for indices and commodities instead of using prop firms to trade these? It's up to you, man. I do prefer trading my own money, but if you want to go with a prop firm, you're welcome to do that. Oh, we talk about money they don't have. Yeah, money's kind of a touchy subject because most people are broke and most people do live paycheck to paycheck, which is very unfortunate. And then they get complacent in where they're at and they don't want to put the work in to change, to grow their net worth over a long period of time. And they look for stupid shit like sports betting and the lottery and, you know, stupid shit. What's good, Zane? Good afternoon to you as well. And I don't know, Eli. I usually don't try to pick tops in the stock market, especially like at all-time highs. There are ways to do that, which I don't know if we have. Higher high on SPY, lower high on Dow, higher high on triple Qs. So I mean, it could be, but it's an election year. I don't think they would allow the stock market to crash on an election year. If anything, I'm going to go with the same conspiracy theory I've been saying since 2016 or 2017. I think if Mr. T gets in the office again, I think they will manufacture again, you know, some global CRI SIS, if that's how you spell that. I can't spell, and then crash the market and then blame him for it. That's what I think could happen. But that's just my conspiracy theory ideas. I think if T gets in the office, they're going to try and do everything they can to absolutely just rape the market and then blame him for it. How far can price go below a low, chat? How far can price go below a low? An imbalance. You know, if this high at 1225 would have taken this, like if we would have saw that, that to me, like this retracement, that could probably be a short, right? Like I would like that, but the fact that we didn't do that negates that idea. How far can price go below a low, Trent? You have a lack of wick and the rest of that space between that next or that previous candle's high right there. So it does overshoot that, but again, it kind of trades right into that. So definitely getting some volatility here in the afternoon. So that's great. Oh, great question, G. I think I just pointed that out. But you also got to remember, I don't remember which year. So 2020, I can't remember if that was an election year or not. But the formation itself is what we were looking for, to call tops and bottoms in the market, which, you know, most people will tell you not to do. I mean, even I will tell you, like, yeah, typically you don't want to do that. I mean, if you watch the markets like every day though, you could probably look for that. But if that's the only thing you're going to look for, you're going to be toast. Most likely. Right? So I believe it was, this is what we saw back then, where we had two of them higher and one of them lower. It was probably the Dow who was lower. I think we had a higher S&P. I think we had a higher Nasdaq. Just scrunch this up a little bit. And then I believe it was a lower Dow. And that was post massive bull run, which is somewhere in my book. It's somewhere in there. And yes, that was also called out to you way back in the day. One of my students actually caught part of it, and then he got out of it early. Even though I told him to hold it. Not financial advice, though, but I was like, hey, man, look. You just caught one of the biggest market sell-offs ever, and I think it's going to continue. And then he got out early. But I'm just like, damn, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. You could have had it, my friend. Omar, I hope not. They've already killed our dollar so much, bro. They've already devalued the dollar so much. People are hurting, bro. People are hurting, man. And I didn't want to get into this today either, but you know, I was watching but I was also listening to, I think it's Andy Frisella. Let me just double check that. Yeah, Andy Frisella. I've been listening to his podcast for, I don't know, a couple of days now. I mean, I used to listen to him a couple years ago. I've been listening to him recently because I like what he talks about majority of the time. You know, mental toughness, business. I think he's a great guy. And I don't think I'll be jumping off of any bridge anytime soon. If we go ahead and grab that. But he made a really good point. It was either yesterday's podcast or one of the most like last couple of days. And he was saying how they tax everything you do. They print money. So they're basically taking all of, you know, your paycheck, you know, your taxes, sales tax, all the type of tax. And then he's like, the money you have left over is watered down from them printing money anyway. So, you know, people's, I don't want to say net worth, but I guess just the money that people have, you know, in savings, or I guess maybe in their 401k and stuff like that, the buying power that we get over time is just being dominated. I mean, it's just getting slapped the same way the Dow Jones is getting slapped, right? Ooh, no bridge jumping today. No bridge jumping, chat. That's very good. That's very good. I guess we will be here on Friday, the 8th. I'll be here. Very nice. All right. I forgot where I was even going with that. The money. The money. Because Omar brought up, you know, stimulus checks. That just screws shit up, man. It's not good. So yeah, that's not what you want. How would you prepare and act during that if it happened with Mr. T, we'll call him? Because I don't want to, like, YouTube listens to everything I say, and they're gonna flag certain words and stuff like that, and that's why I don't say certain things. But if it happens, I mean, look, I'm gonna be fine. I believe that. Number one, I never put all my net worth in one place. So I have, you know, I have books for fucking days. I got PDFs for days. I got food for days. I got money for days. And I mean, I probably can't live the rest of my life with what I have, but I prepare for the worst, bro. If you think it's coming, then prepare, dude. Literally, I have food and water. The water can probably go bad due to it sitting in plastic and whatever, but I have like filters for that, water filters for that. I have a what's that one word? It's water and it cooks the water. That's probably not the right word. That probably sounds stupid. It's a it's not an oscillator. Man, I don't know what it is. It's like a purifier. Chat, I need your help. Oh, there we go. It's a water distiller. I don't know how I can remember the name of that. It's a water distiller. Okay. Forget I ever said that it cooks water. That's stupid. I have one of those. So we got water, we got food, we got books. I keep buying more books. I mean, I keep telling myself to stop, but I keep doing it. I mean, I just bought more this week, dude. I got quite a few, and actually I got Leadership in Turbulent Times by Doris Goodwin. This was a recommendation from Ryan Holiday. I get a lot of recommendations from Ryan. You guys are able to see that, right? Leadership in Turbulent Times. It's kind of a thick book, but you know, I got some John Wooden books recently as well. The Art of Thinking Clearly, which is a pretty good book. So I mean, yeah, I got food, water, entertainment. I mean, if the internet gets clapped and they shut down, let's say the internet or the markets, that's going to be a little bit worrisome because, well, if I'm not trading or let's say even streaming on YouTube or doing anything, you know, I'm gonna have to find a way to make some bread, you know. Send the links to what, Eli? What are we talking about here? I got a new mouse, dude, and it's so loud. I don't know if you guys can hear the clicking, but it's so loud, bro. And it's gonna take like a couple years to get this thing where it was at, my previous mouse. Blast from the past, never seen it. Mr. A. Jones. You know, honestly, with Alex, I think I like him more the more I listen to him. To be honest. The more I hear about Alex, or like the little clips and stuff that I see, I'm like, okay, I could see why people like him. He ain't perfect. He's done, you know, obviously he's gotten into a little bit of legal trouble. I mean, who's famous that hasn't gotten into legal trouble? Right? But yeah, I think the more I hear his ideas, the more I get towards liking him. But I don't know. I'm not just going to come out and say I'm an outright fan. Oh, the water distiller? It's on Amazon. It's kind of expensive. It's like $115. I'll send you the link if you want it. Because you never know, man. If shit hits the fan, you know, I got water, but if some of the water I have has been sitting for a long time and it's been sitting in that plastic, that's probably not good. But this is a one gallon distiller. And then on top of that, I have a water bottle that has filters on it anyway. So you figure, okay, take the filtered water, the bottled water already, put that in the distiller, distill it, put that in the water bottle with the filter on it. And that probably should be good. I'll drop the link so you can look at it. Eli, all you have is canned beans, my friend. That's horrible. So not only are you gonna get tired of beans, but you're gonna be like farting out the ass, bro. Like that's probably not. You need more than that, bro. You need more than that. You need more. You need more. All right. We're pretty much near the end of the stream, so I will say this. If we continue to sell off, we have a consolidation down here from Wednesday that might be on the table for today. And I say might because, again, like I opened up with earlier, if we're going to get places, like say SPY, for example, if we're going to get that 504, it has to go through, like I said, this imbalance. It has to go through this gap. It has to go through all of those things in here to get to this liquidity. Dow, if you look at it, we do have consolidation here, but it has to run through this trend line liquidity, which we pretty much have grabbed or are in the process of absorbing. So this might not just give us that straight move lower. So if we get that continued sell off on the Dow Jones, this could be, you know, something on the table. If not, then I don't know. But that trend line liquidity would have definitely been a good partial if you were short. And again, that is not just because of the trend line liquidity. We didn't even take all that. It was the fact that it was the morning session lows that was there. So that has been taken. This could be a liquidity sweep to go higher. That's still a possibility. But remember, when you're short, if you get new lows, especially expeditiously or fast, you usually want to take partials on that. When the market gives, you usually want to pay yourself, right? So that short that I was in, that right there probably would have been a collapse or close most of it and then hold a small piece for the rest of the day in case this sells off into the close. But that's pretty much what I'm gonna leave you with. So I think we did get to like 60, high 50s, almost 60 people today. So that's great. I feel like the longer you're on, the more people you get. So I feel like if I streamed for a long time, I could probably get a good amount of viewers, but I don't know, man. I definitely enjoy streaming, but I don't know about like those 2 or 3 hour streams I used to do. I don't know about that. Eli, you are underprepared, my friend. If that's all you have is beans, bro, you're fucked. Like, I'm trying to help you, bro. I'm trying to help you. I'm going to be sitting there in the dark, reading a book, going, man, I hope Eli is doing okay. I hope he's not just having beans and prayers, because let me tell you something, that will go a long way, but that ain't going to be everything, my friend. That ain't going to be everything. You need food, water, shelter. Okay? Now, don't let me get you don't be nervous. Like, oh, Jon's predicting the end of the world. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, my friend. I just think if something happens, I want to be prepared. So I have been preparing for a while. I've slowed down a bit. Dude, you know how many bottles of alcohol I have that I haven't opened? Oh my God. I probably don't need to buy any alcohol for like the next 5 years. I got tequila. I got whiskey. I got flavored whiskey. I got flavored tequila. I got regular tequila, regular whiskey. Shit. I got a bunch of shit, dude. I got all kind of shit, man. I got herbs. Certain herbs. right? For cooking. Because we follow the law here and we don't do anything illegal. We would never do anything illegal. But I got a lot of stuff that I'm prepared for. Especially entertainment, like books. Bro, let me end it with this. You already know we got to do like 10 last things. You already know. Some people the other day were freaking out. Oh no, Facebook and Instagram. What's going on? Am I getting hacked? And they lost their shirt. And that was only for a couple of hours. Imagine no social media for days or even weeks. Some of those people are going to outright don't know what to do, bro. They're going to be so scarred with not having social media, they're not going to know what to do. You need to be prepared to keep your mind entertained, my friend. If the internet were to go out, if the lockdowns began again, if we couldn't trade or, you know, do shit like that. Right? You're going to need food and water and entertainment, bro. Period. And Big James, I have a shit ton of that. No pun intended. You best get an oxygen purifier. I have one of those too. Well, it's an air purifier for like a single room. Oh, but you're talking about Eli. Yeah, yeah, Eli needs to get... If all you got is beans, you're going to need that air purifier immediately. Immediately. There was a guy on 1,000 Ways to Die that died from his own flatulence. Some big ass fat dude. He was in a closed bedroom, and he just kept farting throughout the night, and there was so much methane gas in his room that he literally suffocated and died. I don't know if that's a true story. That might have been a little fictitious, or fictitious, whatever the word is, fake. But imagine that happening in real life. Eli, if we don't see you for a while, we're going to start making speculations, my friend. We're going to start speculating. Whiskey's going to age well? Yeah, I hope so. Barbecue? Yep, I would agree. I don't have social media since more than a year, and it feels good. Oh, that's good, George. That's great. First aid, fire, and lighting. Oh yeah, I have a butane lighter for that. I don't know if you guys can see it. I got a butane for it as well. I got that ultra pure butane plus. So hey man, I'm prepared, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. Food, water, entertainment. Because you can be... You don't want to lose your mind, you know? Losing your money is one thing. Losing luxuries is one thing. You know, that you can live without. But if you don't keep your mind entertained and you go crazy, then that negates everything else. That's just going to negate literally everything else. So, yeah, but I'm not trying to make you fearful. I've been doing this for years. I've definitely slowed down because I have enough stocked up already for a while. But you know, it's March of 2024. We've seen a lot of crazy shit happen. the last 4 or 5 years, well, and beyond, really. It is an election year, so nobody really knows what could happen. We might see some crazy stuff, dude. I don't know. I'm not trying to speculate on anything specific. I don't know. But I just want to be prepared no matter what happens. So, matter of fact, I was reading one of the books I have on my iPad last night. Project Hail Mary. It's just a novel about space and I don't know, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's cool. But I haven't finished it, so I'm not going to recommend it to you. I probably won't. It's just one of those books that I have on the side when I get tired of everything else that I'm reading. Like, I can only read personal development for so much before I'm like, all right, bro, I got to read something else. Take my mind off of this. And then that's when I go read that. So, but anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Y'all be good, man. We'll be here same time, same place. Not tomorrow, but on Friday the 8th. So, y'all be good. Hope you guys learned something. Drop a like if you did, or drop a like if you had fun. I would greatly appreciate that. There's 50 of you on here, only 25 likes. Let's see if we can get that above 30. Let's see if we can get the likes above 30. It would be greatly appreciated. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything to do that. So, I'll see you Friday.